I'm Madeline Edgar, and I'm again here with one of my Marvellous movement Feldenkrais tips, and this one's called 3 elbow circles, and it's about exploring yourself again from the inside out. And when you're doing these movements, I have a little slogan that's very useful, which is small and slow is the way to go. The less you do, the more you know. This really challenges our attitude that we're probably brought up with, is try hard, do big, strong movements. So when you're doing these movements, really just notice what's going on inside you, how you feel your skeleton moving. So with this one, before we begin, you can do it in sitting, standing, kneeling, any position, but at the moment I'm doing it in sitting. And just begin to notice again the distance between the tip of your right earlobe and the tip of your right shoulder. How long is that line? Does it angle backwards or forwards? And then the same thing from the left ear to the left shoulder. How long is that line? Does it angle in a particular direction? And then compare the length of the two lines and notice which line feels shorter. And then gradually turn to the right and look around behind you to notice how far you can see out the corner of your right eye. Comfortably. Don't push yourself to the limits. And then try turning to the left and notice how far you see out of that eye and which side is easier. So now bring your right arm and bring it over the top of your head to hold your left ear. And this takes your neck out of the action, so you have to use other places in your body to help you to move. So with your elbow up towards the ceiling, I want you to draw a clockwise circle parallel to the ceiling. And just go gently and notice how round your circle is, or how square, or how jerky. And how do you do this? What parts of yourself do you use to help you draw this circle with your elbow on the ceiling? Then try it anti-clockwise and notice, is that easier or harder? But all the time also paying attention to what's happening in your sit bones, in your spine, your vertebrae, your ribs. And how are you breathing? Do you hold your breath? Are you breathing in, out? Good. So bring your arm down, have a little rest. And then we're going to repeat the movement, but in a slightly different direction. And all of these different directions inform your brain about what you're doing internally. So bring your arm over the top again. Lock your arm and your head together. Tilt yourself a little bit to the right and begin to draw a clockwise circle on the wall to the right of you. And go slowly and gently and notice how round or square or jagged is your circle. But what has to happen lower down in your skeleton to help you to do this? And then try a few times in the reverse direction. Easier, harder, different. And then slowly bring your arm down through the middle of you. Rest for a moment. So you're asking yourself all the time little questions. You don't have to get it right or wrong. You're simply exploring, how does this work for you? So one more circle, arm over the top. Turn yourself a little bit towards the left and begin to draw a circle on the wall in front of you. Clockwise at first, noticing the shape of it, how easy or difficult it is. Are you holding your breath? And then an anti-clockwise circle. What happens in your thighs and your feet? What are your eyes doing? Then come back to the middle, bring your arm down and rest again. And just go back to that movement, or that little body scan of noticing the distance between the tip of your right earlobe and your right shoulder, left earlobe and your left shoulder. And have those lines changed at all? And then slowly turn to your right again and notice how far you can see out the corner of your right eye. And has that changed? And then to the left. Has that changed? So you can explore all of these movements, take a little more time to do them, and then you can also repeat them with your arm over the top and on the other side. So you do it with your left arm over your head. And then just notice what you're doing over the rest of the day, just paying attention now and then to what you're feeling. And there we go. You can find my simple, easy workbooks, Marvellous Movement Workshops, workbooks at marvellousmovement.com. Bye.